Stranger Things has always thrived on the collision between the ordinary and the supernatural, blending small-town drama with world-ending threats. In Season 5, Episode 8, the stakes reach their absolute peak as the group faces Vecna's ultimate plan, merging the abyss with Hawkins and unleashing chaos. This episode is about courage, sacrifice, and the bonds that hold these characters together when everything else seems lost. The episode opens with the group fully understanding the truth. The Upside Down is not just another world. It is a wormhole connecting Earth to the abyss, the Demogorgon's homeworld. Vecna's plan is simple but horrifying. He wants to merge Hawkins and the abyss into one place. The group's plan is equally dangerous. They will enter the abyss, rescue the 12 missing kids, return to the Upside Down, leave behind a bomb to destroy the wormhole forever, and escape back to Earth. This is about final choices. The wormhole represents consequences. It exists because of past mistakes, and now it must be destroyed, no matter the cost. After entering the Upside Down, the group splits. Hopper, Murray, Elle, and Callie head to Hawkins' lab. The rest of the group goes to the radio tower. The goal is to place 11 back into the sensory deprivation tank, the same tool that first opened the Upside Down years ago. History is about to repeat itself, but this time with intention. This mirrors Season 1. But now Elle is no longer a weapon being used. She is choosing to act. Inside the tank, 11 reaches out to Vecna's mind. This time, she is not alone. Callie joins her mentally, and Max enters as well. Together, the three girls move through Vecna's maze of memories. They travel through fear, guilt, and rage, the same way Max once did to survive. At the same time, the military begins searching the radio station in the real world, putting Max's physical body in danger. This scene is about shared trauma. Vecna's mind is not just evil. It is pain that was never healed. The three girls represent different responses to trauma: rage, empathy, and survival. At the radio tower in the Upside Down, the group realizes something terrifying. The tower doesn't line up with the crack in the ceiling. Instead of an opening, a descending planet from the abyss is directly above them. Just as the two worlds begin pulling closer, 11 finds Henry. He has begun the ritual to merge Earth and the abyss. At the last second, 11 uses her powers to throw Vecna through a window in the Creel house. This breaks his connection to the 12 kids. The worlds stop moving toward each other, and for the first time, the group has a way into the abyss. 11 using her powers to throw Vecna through a window symbolizes the fragility of evil when confronted decisively. Vecna's power relies on control, fear, and inaction from those he dominates. 11's sudden, bold intervention demonstrates that even overwhelming darkness can be stopped by courage and decisive action. With Vecna weakened, Max speaks to the kidnapped children. She tells them she is not a monster, and tells them that Mr. Watsit was never their friend. Callie then turns herself, Max, and the kids invisible, hiding them from Vecna. Vecna, desperate, invades 11's mind to learn their plan. The kids escape while 11 and Callie stay behind to fight him. This scene is about truth versus belief. The children weren't controlled by force. They were controlled by lies. Vecna shifts tactics. Instead of fighting 11, he attacks Hopper's mind. Hopper sees a vision where Callie and 11 have agreed to sacrifice themselves. Consumed by rage, Hopper fires at Vecna. He then realizes he has shot 11. In panic, he destroys the tank, but it was all an illusion. However, breaking the tank pulls 11, Callie, and Max out of Vecna's mind, which leaves the children without guidance. This scene is about fear of loss. Vecna uses love as a weapon, and he knows that Hopper's greatest fear is losing his daughter again. With no one else to guide them, Holly steps forward. She leads the kids back to the caves where Vecna can't enter. Vecna nearly catches her, but Derek finally stands up and saves her. The kids find safety, but it doesn't last. Vecna chooses to face the cave he feared for years. Holly represents courage. She was never meant to be a hero, but she became one because someone had to. The military arrives at Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down. Their goal is the same as always: capture 11. They bring a helicopter with a sonic hedgehog device that weakens 11 and Callie. Hopper fights back, killing soldiers. Lieutenant Akers arrives, defeats Hopper, and captures Callie. He interrogates Hopper and shoots Callie in the stomach. But Murray destroys the helicopter with a grenade to distract them. 11 regains her powers and kills the soldiers, including Akers. But Callie is dying. This scene is about the human capacity for cruelty and the corruption of power, even outside the supernatural threat. The military represents institutional violence and the obsession with control, showing that danger isn't only supernatural. Humans can be just as ruthless. The hedgehog device symbolizes technological oppression, a tool designed to weaken those who challenge authority, emphasizing how innovation can be weaponized to suppress the vulnerable. On a symbolic level, 11 regaining her powers and killing the soldiers mirrors the larger struggle of the series: freedom versus control. Just as Vecna seeks to dominate minds, the military seeks to dominate people. Both represent forces that strip agency, reinforcing the show's recurring theme that true danger comes from the abuse of power, whether human or supernatural. Inside the cave, Vecna faces a memory he avoided: a wounded scientist, a metal briefcase, and a black rock from the abyss. When Henry touched it, the Mind Flayer spoke to him. His blood changed, and his powers awakened. Will sees everything through the hive mind and tries to make Henry realize that he was being used by the Mind Flayer. But Vecna reveals that he and the Mind Flayer are partners. Neither controls the other. Vecna's lair is revealed to be a giant spider-like creature waiting to wake. Vecna was not born evil. He was chosen, the same way Will was. The Mind Flayer represents corruption that relies on the vulnerable. 11 jumps across floating rocks inside the wormhole and reaches the abyss. The group stops running and attacks. Nancy acts as bait. Molotov cocktails and flamethrowers burn the creature. Eventually, 11 and Will impale Vecna on a spire. Joyce, after everything that Vecna has done to them, decapitates him with an axe. The final battle represents the power of unity and confronting trauma together. Vecna is not just a physical threat, he embodies fear, manipulation, and the emotional scars each character carries. The group's combined efforts, each using their unique skills and strengths, show that personal trauma can only be overcome through trust, collaboration, and shared courage. The use of Molotov cocktails, flamethrowers, and direct confrontation symbolizes facing fear head-on rather than hiding from it. 11 and Will impaling Vecna on the spire is symbolic of breaking the core of evil at its source, confronting the internal darkness that has haunted them. Joyce's act of decapitation is the final assertion of agency, a physical and emotional act showing that victims can reclaim power and decisively end cycles of trauma and oppression. In essence, the scene is not just about defeating a monster. It's about healing through solidarity, action, and confronting the past directly, illustrating that no one can face their demons alone. The group escapes through a gate, but the military ambushes them. Dr. K looks for 11, but she isn't there. 11 stayed behind in the wormhole. She tells Mike goodbye and explains that as long as she lives, the nightmare continues. The bomb detonates, the wormhole collapses, and 11 disappears. This is chosen sacrifice, not destiny. 11 ends the cycle by removing herself from it. 18 months later, the gang graduates. Max and Lucas finally have their movie date. Robin, Steve, Nancy, and Jonathan talk about their past and futures. Hopper and Joyce finally get engaged. Dustin and Steve's friendship is stronger than ever. Will moves out of Hawkins, finally leaving the terrors that plagued his childhood behind, and Mike becomes a true storyteller by becoming a writer. The group plays Dungeons and Dragons one last time. Mike shares a theory. The hedgehog devices should have weakened 11, but it didn't. And maybe Callie used her powers one last time to help Elle escape. The ending is about hope. Stranger Things doesn't promise a happy ending, but it promises that the character stories will live on. Episode 8 is not just the end of a story about monsters. It is a story about choice, sacrifice, identity, and growing up. Whether 11 lived or died doesn't change what she did. She saved the world by refusing to let it keep using her. And that, for all intents and purposes, is the real ending. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.